give me 1 second, ladies and gents. I'm just in the process of just trying something out for 1 second. Ow. Hope you guys can hear me on stream, by the way, if you are watching. So welcome guys, welcome to another season of Thursday Night Racing League, or Thursday Night Race League as it is now known. It is obviously TNRL, but yes, it is the familiar face of Hoppers in the commentary box as per usual for season 3 of TNRL, or Thursday Night Race League, however you want to pronounce it. I am looking forward to seeing what this season's going to bring, because not only have we got new drivers, we've got season returnees, we've also got current champion, and we've also got a mixture of races all crammed right up until the 23rd of December this year, and it is going to be probably most likely going to be epic, especially with the new look format for this season. It seems to be thereabouts within the likes of the guys, and obviously a lot of things that are ongoing for this season. As I say, you know, we've got obviously Adam Foster, who is the reigning champion after taking the championship to the likes of Stefano Marchetto, aka Marmolotto, last season at Suzuka. It seemed to be a very nail-biting finish around Suzuka. It seemed to be a one-horse race to start with, within the likes of obviously, you know, Stefano was leading the race. Obviously Adam was having that duel, trying to catch him up, and potentially, you know, Mix 64, aka Giancarlo, who's unfortunately, Giancarlo isn't racing this season, so that's a bit of a big shame. But you know, Giancarlo was second, which was handing the title to Marmolotto, but then obviously Adam was coming through and Giancarlo picked up a drive-through penalty at Suzuka the last round of season 2, but then ultimately that gifted Adam the championship after finishing second in the race. But yes, I'll go through the format, go through a few drivers, the ones to watch, and also the new look calendar for this season. It is looking likely it is going to be a very close proximity, and most likely a very down-to-earth sort of championship for this evening, and obviously this season. It seems it's going to be thereabouts. We're visiting variation circuits, we are going to be visiting the likes of Bronze Hatch, but you know, we are narrowing it down to quite a few races this season. So we start off tonight at Imola. Obviously, you know, a very interesting circuit. Obviously it is going to be close as you like around here. We've been here before, we were here last season, we were here season 1 I believe as well, so you know, it's looking likely that, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how things go for certain drivers. And obviously some drivers are in different cars, some drivers are back in their excuse me, normal territory cars, but the likes of Adam, obviously reigning champion, is now gone to Ferrari, which is going to make it a lot more interesting for him after a year 2 seasons, should I say, driving the McLaren. So the McLaren is obviously hopefully on the grid, but at the moment, obviously being the reigning champion, is now gone to obviously driving the Ferrari. So the calendar for this season then: Caesar's visit obviously tonight here at Imola for round 1 essentially, but there is 2 30-minute races, so there's 2 30-minute sprint races tonight, which seems to be a very interesting format. It is still obviously the 15 minutes of qualification, which will be coming up at 7:45 UK time if you are in the UK, but wherever you are in the world, please like and subscribe to TNRL or Thursday Night Race League for everything to do with the racing. You don't want to miss the action. Then we head off to South Africa. We go to Kyalami next week. That will be an hour race, so it'll be back to an hour endurance race. It will be in the dark, though. It will be a very interesting nighttime race, personally for me, because you know, streaming in the dark, and certain cars are obviously a dark colour, so it's going to be making it thereabouts. So it will be pretty much a very much interesting race, especially with it being an hour long in the dark. But highly looking forward to that. Then we go and visit Donington, which is going to be another two 30-minute races, so two 30-minute sprint races. So the calendar is basically a mix of two 30-minute races and an hour-long races. Then we head off to Spa. So we go to Spa-Francorchamps, home of the Spa 24 Hours or the Belgian Grand Prix. That's going to be a 60-minute race, which starts off in the day and finishes at night. So it will be a day to night transition, and it will be a very good spectacle race. I'm sure it will. Spa's going to be probably a favourite one. It probably will be sort of emulating kind of esque Spa 24 hour scenario. I think that's technically what they're looking forward to. Then we go to Brands Hatch. So the second visit in the UK, we go to Brands Hatch for two 30-minute races, and then we round up the season at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for a hour-long race, and that is another day and a night transition race as well. So that's going to be what's to look forward to for the calendar of excuse me. I do apologise, coughing down people's ear for a second. But yeah, so that's going to be very close to see what is going to happen for season 3 of the Thursday Night Race League. It's going to be very interesting to see how well people go. There's obviously new drivers. There is, as I say, season returnees, and also obviously the reigning champion. But it is looking likely for tonight, you know, we are going to be thereabouts. We are missing a few people, but from what I've heard, we are potentially getting 17 or 18 drivers on the grid tonight, which is a massive achievement. I would like to give a shout out to the admins of the league. You know, if it wasn't for the likes of Clonif, obviously Adam, and of course Luke, aka Depressed Squid, if it wasn't for these guys, we wouldn't, you know, there wouldn't be a lot of racing. So thank you so much, guys, for your patience and obviously getting drivers thereabouts. I'll tell you what, it has been from what I've seen over the off season since last time out at Suzuka, you know, seeing how many drivers have come to the league as Bart gets a bit crossed up out of turn number 2 there. I'll go through the track map and we'll go through the variation camera rolls as we can in a moment or two. But you know, it's been nice to see how many people officially are interested in racing. It is nice to see that we are almost at a full capacity grid for this season, and you know, hats off to the guys working really hard in the background. And it's been great to see who's going to be thereabouts, you know, what drivers are going to be there. You know, certain cars, obviously we got 2 Lamborghinis with Clonif and of course Yuri. Yuri's obviously new to the division. He obviously is teamed up with Clonif, so they both have the black and orange, and I believe it has a splash of white somewhere on the car, I think. Not too sure, but obviously the Lamborghini Huracan, as Clonif has his 900 number now, but we'll see how well he goes this evening, obviously in a different car than the McLaren and obviously the Audi that he ran in season 1. So as I say, we've got a newcomer, that is Jersey Rich. I do apologise, couldn't get my words out for a second. He is in the Bentley. The Bentley is a famous car in the Thursday Night Race League for a number of seasons. Obviously Stefano Marchetto took it to season 1 win. It happened to be, I think it was here that he took a win, and then obviously won the title at Barcelona. And then obviously Ash had it last season for a couple wins thereabouts, but Ash has now gone on to PC, so we will not be seeing Ash this season, which is a big shame really, because we're expecting to see how well Ash was going to do. But nevertheless, Rich has decided to jump into the Bentley. It is a very strong car indeed. As I say, we've got Bart in the Mercedes, so you know there is a lot of Mercedes SLS's, the AMG version, on the grid. I think there's about 4, maybe quite a few. But looking at Bart then in the 33, the Max Verstappen numbered. He's back after having a few races last time out last season, but I think he is back for a full season this time round, which is good to see, which is always a pleasure to have him on the grid. Then you got Luke, aka Depressed Squid, so Luke Barnard in his famous number 11. The colour scheme has changed. I think it's now a white and green Mercedes, so it's looking very nice indeed. But hopefully we'll see what Luke can do. I think he's changed from the lighter, from the sort of, I think it was a darker green car last time out, but he's back in familiar territory. And famous highlight was obviously, and he's not going to forgive me for saying this, but going on the warm-up lap at Kyalami and crashing out on the formation lap. Luckily he didn't pick up too much damage, but formation lap at Kyalami last time out wasn't the best. He's about to head out onto circuit, I believe that's what he's about to do. I think the car's dropped off the jack, so he's going to be hopefully jumping out onto circuit in a moment or two, but we'll see how well he can do. Then we've got Clenough, obviously the Dutchman. Obviously, you know, as I say, Clenough is a well-established racer, obviously fighting for AM class honours alongside, just to get that up there. We'll just have a look now. The AM class is Clenough, Dario, of course Mike Bullen, Poddy Flack if he does turn up, followed by Yuri, Malolvin and someone else, but I think Ridden, or I can't pronounce his name, but I'm sure one of the guys will help me pronounce his name at some point. Ridden, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think Ridden's actually pulled out, unfortunately, due to a shoulder injury, so he won't be racing in the AM class. But Mike Bullen returns to the series in the trusty Honda NSX after a few seasons of, I think he had obviously a lot with doing his master's degree last season, so it kind of hampered him in his racing, but now he's completed that, he's now back on the grid, so he's competing in the AM class. But the trusty NSX GT3 machine will be seeing how well he goes. Obviously he's a Honda fanatic himself, so be feeling at home with that. Then we've got obviously Yuri in the second Lamborghini, teamed up with Clenough by the sounds of it, and it's going to be a very close battle between him and, of course, as Yuri gets a bit crossed up there, hopefully not put the commentator's curse on him much. But then we've got Malolvin back in the Audi R8. He is back for another season. Started off last season, came back I think at the Nürburgring, and he's now back in his famous red, black and orange Audi R8, the GT. That is the normal GT3. It's not the try to remember, it's not the other version, the LMS or the Evo, I think. So he's in the 93 Audi R8. Then you've got Dario, aka Gennaro, so he is going to be in the number 6 Mercedes. Him and Stefano Marchetto are back for another team, as Luke's white and green Mercedes goes out, so it does look very nice, I must admit. So Stefano Marchetto, yes, obviously season 1 champion, slightly missed out on the championship last season, slightly missed out doing back-to-back championship. He's now 4th, he's got car number 4, I think. I don't think he actually finished 4th last season. I think he just opted for the number 4, so he's in the silver and orange and blue Mercedes. Better for getting used to than driving the Bentley and of course the Ferrari last season. Then you've got Damien, or Damo, or serial killer, in the Bentley. So there is 2 Bentleys, the giant killing Bentleys that were out there. So I think there is a lot of interest. I think the likes of obviously a few people thereabouts, but I think Damo's actually come in for a one-off because of I think he's actually a reserve driver. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure the guys will correct me. Going into the pro class then for this season rather, is Stefano Marchetto, followed by Adam Foster. So season 1 champion and season 2 champion as well. So Stefano Marchetto is obviously season 1, but Adam Foster is season 2 champion. A very good nail-biting battle between the pair of them last season, and if it seems to be thereabouts. Then you got obviously Luke Kakatakos, who's unfortunately missing due to work commitments this evening. He's also in the pro class. Obviously Adam Postlethwaite, if he does turn up this evening, is in the pros, followed by Bart, followed by Wesley, and of course Jersey Rich. It's going to be very interesting to see how well they do. As I say, for the championship then it's going to be very close, because obviously within the 2 sort of sprint race style races we've got this evening, it's going to be very close to see how well things will go. It's obviously, you know, the sprint races, and you know, it's going to be close as you like around here. So we'll go through exactly what the talking points are for around here at Imola. So obviously, you know, the strong cars are such as the Merc, the Ferrari and the Lexus. If the Lexus was being run, it is a strong car around here. The Merc has been proven, and I believe, you know, the likes of excuse me, the Ferrari is also one of them. The Bentley unfortunately isn't ultimately strong around here, but it may look like it eventually if it gets thereabouts. Obviously Rich is currently 2nd in that Bentley. It will be a very interesting thing to see what he can do, because he is new to the championship, but from what I heard, he is very much on the pace. He's very much on the money to try and take the fight to like Adam Foster and of course Bart and of course the rest of the field. But strong drivers around here of course is Luke, obviously Depressed Squid, obviously Adam, and of course Marvelotto. So they are really very quick drivers around here. They are strong around here. It seems to be a very touch and go sort of who's very strong and who is going to be putting a lot of strain under let's say the championship battles. But it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. But you know, it's going to be thereabouts. Obviously the best overtaking opportunities around here is obviously turn 7 going into Tozer, and then obviously turn 14, which is a 90 degree left. So that's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen there before they get to Rivaza. It's going to be thereabouts, but you know, it is going to be very close. And then obviously turn number 1, obviously because it is sweeping slightly to the left, so it's going to be a very interesting overtaking maneuver before they get to Variante Tamburino. So who knows exactly what's going to happen. Obviously track limits, most common situation with track limits is obviously going into turn number 10, and then obviously into Variante Alta for turn 11 and 12. It seems it's going to be very close. Obviously, you know, around about there, it's, you know, with track limits, it, you know, you've got 3 strikes for track limits. You could potentially get yourself a drive-through penalty if you're not careful. We've seen that a few times in the seasons past, and you know, it could hamper your race. It may not. You may you know, get that drive-through penalty cleared before the race leader catches you up, say for example, but or the battle should I say, rather, not the race leader, but the if you're battling, you may clear, if you're leading the race, you may get that battle for, basically, you may get it cleared before, let's say, second place catches you up. But we'll see exactly what is going to happen. Then you have qualifying rough time for pole position is a 1:42s. In the 1:42s is going to be thereabouts. I think, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what is going to happen for qualifying, because looking at the times at the moment, Adam Foster in free practice, this is only free practice, he's doing a 1:42.7, but looking at second place with Rich, he's only 0.162 of a second behind him, so he's getting very close to trying to emulate Adam Foster's time at the moment. Then you've got 20 laps per sprint race this evening, so you know, even though it's a 30-minute race in each of the 2 races tonight, it will be looking likely 20 laps around there or around here at Imola for this evening. So then you've got Kit Cartman. I'm trying to find out who exactly he is. Excuse me, I'll just have a look. Yeah, so it is Trevor Rolfe, I believe. He is back. I think he's in the AM class, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what he's going to do for this season. He's obviously in the Lexus, so one of the stronger cars around here. So we'll see what he can do in the number 14 Lexus RCF. So yeah, with 10 minutes to go till qualifying starts, we are going to be starting in around 8:15 UK time, obviously 8:45 if you're European. But wherever you're liking the stream, guys, please like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. It will help us out massively, it will help me out massively for commentary as well, and please do join in the engagement for the stream this evening, guys. It will be grateful to see exactly who you think is going to take pole position, or who you think is going to take a race win. You know, it's going to be very interesting, especially with these 2 races tonight as well, because first time we're having two sprint races. They are going to be probably a very close proximity battle. It is going to be thereabouts, but hopefully we get some very close battles. Just looking exactly at the variation cameras, then we do have obviously the likes of obviously camera set 2, which normally gets used because camera set 1 decides to fling the camera later on and it's hard to see what goes on. Then we have obviously the Helicam. Famous camera is the Helicam. I love using the Helicam, especially for the battles we get. Obviously we will go on board with a few drivers tonight as well. We'll be thereabouts, getting exactly how close to the action. We will see how quick as we go on board with Rich, just for a moment, just to give you a rough idea, and we'll see exactly how well he does for his first race of the season. It is going to be very interesting. Adam Postlethwaite is back for another season in the Audi R8, the famous white, red and black Audi R8. He's back for another season. and it is going to be very interesting. He's just gone out of pit lane, but he's just pulled off for a moment, whether he's just getting used to just being back on circuit, because it has been a while since these guys have raced. Some of them last raced at Suzuka for the season 2 finale, so we'll see how well they do this evening. Then you know, it's going to be very close. As I say, 13 drivers at the moment. It is a pretty impressive grid at the moment, and I tell you what, can't wait to see how well things go. But Stefano Marchetto then, season 1 champion on home turf. We're going to see how well he does. He's obviously in the pro class. It will be a very interesting season for Stefano, driving the Mercedes instead of the Ferrari, and of course the Bentley that he took famously to season 1 championship. But new car, new season, it can only mean one thing. Luke's gone second fastest in free practice. Then that Mercedes, as I say, it is a strong car around here. It is currently in the 142.903, so it's only 0.144 of a second from Adam Foster, but Adam's actually currently sat in pit lane at the moment. Obviously there's no mandatory pit stop. It is going to, obviously, like I say, it is going to be 30 minutes of racing for both sprint races this evening. So I'm going to grab a quick drink and go for a quick comfort break. I will be back in a moment or two. I'll leave you with the sights and sounds of Luke's Mercedes. We'll actually go on board with Luke for a lap of Imola. Why I just be a couple of minutes, so I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, I do apologise, he actually went into pit lane, didn't he, so never mind. So yeah, I am back, so we'll go on board with Rich then for a lap of Imola for season 3 of TNRL Sim Racing. Then we will go, bear in mind he doesn't go into pit lane obviously, but I'm trying to figure out where he is on the map. I think he's actually coming up to the latter half of the lap, so we'll see exactly in a moment or two. Guys going into pit lane. Okay, that's fine, not a problem. I thought he was gonna stay out for a moment or two, but obviously not. There's a couple of guys that are just getting to grips with their cars and obviously setting up the setups. So we've got Dario here, Stefano Marchetto's teammate. So he's going up towards trying to figure out there on the map at the moment. I think he's going through Rivazza. I think that's where he's heading to. So it's going to be very close to see exactly how quick he's going to go. But I wish everyone all the best for this evening. So if you're watching the stream, guys, please like and subscribe as per usual, just to get that out there. And you know, it is going to be a very good night of racing. I can't wait to see how close things are going to go tonight for season 3. It is going to be very exciting as we see some very close proximity battles. We do, as I say, we have 13 cars on the grid at the moment, which is a good turnout for the opening round. and I believe you know, it's going to be, oh, Dario gets a bit crossed up there, which he doesn't want to do, but hopefully he brings it back towards the latter half of the lap. He's just going through the last couple of into sector 2 now. He'll be thereabouts going into sector 3 very soon, but it is going to be thereabouts. Good evening, Wesley. Thank you for your comment, mate. Hope all is well, mate. I hope you get well soon, and hopefully we see you on the grid next week at Kyalami. So it should be a very close race to see how well things go, but hope all is well with you, my friend. But looking at certain drivers down at the moment, Clenough still getting used to that Lamborghini at the moment, thereabouts, but it is a new car for him, and obviously not teammates with Adam Foster this season, which he was last season, but hopefully it will be a very good adaptable car. Is the Lamborghini. Never raced it myself, but same with all the cars on here. I've never really raced on here, but the guys are obviously going to provide some great entertainment. So a minute and a half to go in free practice then, and then we jump into the first 15-minute qualifying session of the championship of season 3. It is going to be thereabouts for some people tonight as well, but it is nice to see how quick certain cars will go around here, but it is looking likely we will be in for some great entertainment, I am sure. But we've got quite a few, as I say, some season returnees and some season pros and AM class racers, but it is going to be thereabouts. So 34 seconds left until we get ready for qualifying. It is going to be a very much decent night for everyone. It is going to be thereabouts for the likes of Clenough, obviously, with Clenough being an AM class contender this season. It seemed, from what I saw last season, you know, Clenough was on course to try and catch up to the likes of Dean Helix or Damien. Last season it seemed to be a very close battle between the two of them, and obviously with Damien not making Suzuka last time out, it seemed to be a bit of a very close championship. It could have been either way, but obviously drop scores took into account, and sadly Clenough finished second, but it was a good season for him. It will be a very good season to see how well he will do for the Lamborghini this season. So we'll see how close we get. We're about to start qualifying, so we will be thereabouts for qualifying. It is going to be a very interesting moment. I think the weather is going to be still dry. I think it is going to be thereabouts, you know, it is going to be most likely going to be thereabouts for certain cars. So the likes of Adam Foster, reigning champions, setting the benchmark in of course free practice. Couldn't get the words up then, I do apologise. But the likes of Clenough and of course Adam Foster are your two that are going to go out pit lane, followed by Trevor, followed by I believe, yeah, it's Trevor, and I think the rest of the field are just getting their setups. Clenough goes wide out of Variante. I'm trying to remember the corner name for the life of me. Tamburino, that's it. Tamburello, that's it. But it should be a very much close race battle, so I think most of the guys are now going out of pit lane. So 14 minutes then, so left of qualifying. They're just out on their out laps. It's going to be a very close sort of race for getting pole position. As I say, the grid for the second sprint race, I'm not too sure how well that's going to work out, but I'm sure the guys will give me a heads up and tell me how it's going to work out. But I'm seeing what Mike Bullen can do in that Honda. Seems to feeling now back into the groove slightly, just to obviously after having a couple of months away from racing while he was completing his degree. But we'd like to congratulate him on passing his degree. So you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Honda driver can do. There is quite a few cars out there this evening, as we've got Adam Postlethwaite as well. Hopefully he picks up the pace in the Audi. He seemed to be thereabouts last season. It seemed to be a very close battle as well. He's had some good results. Quite the guys, I'll be honest, they've had some decent flowing results within quite a lot of interest thereabouts, as the drivers are now on their first of probably quite a few flying laps around here. So we'll go on board with Clarence Lamborghini just to start with. Go on board into his helmet cam. Obviously, you know, Clarence and Luke and of course Adam Foster took part in a endurance race last weekend at Paul Ricard, so they're going to be fresh from getting the mileage in for this season. So it seems to be working very interestingly for them. I believe they were in the McLaren and Adam were in the McLaren, saying their final swan song to the McLaren. So we'll see what he can do this season in the Lamborghini Huracan. It seems to be thereabouts, but as you can see, Adam's trying to catch up to him. That's Adam Foster, because there's two Adams in the field. But we'll see what is going to be thereabouts. Are we going to see the 142s to be catched up to very easily? It's going to be between, I believe, Yuri's going to try and get thereabouts. You know, a couple of cars that are obviously into unknown familiar territory for the season, but I believe the likes, a couple of guys haven't finished their flying laps at the moment, but Adam goes fastest at the moment with 142.4. Cliff is only 1.9 seconds behind. Trevor is around 2.9 seconds behind that. So the Lexus seems to be a car that is very strong around here. I remember Giancarlo aka Mix64 took it thereabouts, but Mike Bullen went third, but now he's down into fifth. However, Rich though 0.6 seconds behind Adam Foster at the moment. So the rumour is true that Rich is quite quick around here in that Bentley. He seems to be matching up, as we do have someone else that's just joined into qualifying with around 10 minutes to go. So luckily they'll get that lap time in. Hopefully there's quite a few that haven't got their lap times as of yet. Poddy Flack has just joined. I believe he is teamed up with Mike Bullen this time around in the Honda, I believe. I'm not too sure. I'm sure the guys will tell me who's in what team for next week at Kyalami. But Poddy Flack, new to me, but I've seen him race, so nevertheless it is good to see. But we'll see what Rich can do in the Bentley. Is he going to go quick? Luke actually third at the moment, followed by Bart and of course Clenough, followed by Mike Bullen. That is your top six. Yuri 7th. Damo currently in 8th place at the moment in the Bentley. So obviously Ash's brother racing for, I think he's racing a one-off this evening I'm not too sure whether he's going to be in for the full season, but the number 22 Bentley still taking that taking the Bentley to its paces, should I say. But Mulholland, the likes of Dario, and of course Adam Postlethwaite, and of course Poddy Flack, with around 9 minutes to go for the first qualifying session to determine the grid for the first sprint race this evening. And it is going to be a very epic, and I must say very epic, because Stefano Marchetto 0.114 seconds behind Adam Foster at the moment in that Mercedes. Homegrown talent on home turf. Is he going to be the one that snatches pole position from that Ferrari? He raced that Ferrari last season, but he's now in an unfamiliar territory with a very grunting sounded Mercedes. He's going to be thereabouts. Is he going to get that number 4 Mercedes up onto pole position for the first round of the championship? I believe it is true that Poddy Flack and of course Mike Bullen are teammates. He's gone for the red, blue and black NSX, so we'll see what he can do for his season debut for Poddy Flack, but he's yet to set a time. So the top 6 then are of course Adam Foster, followed by Stefano, followed by Rich, followed by Luke, followed by Dario up into 5th then. So it seems the Tiramisu, and I can't remember the other name for them, are oh, Stefano Marchetto, no, I told you to go top of the tree. 142.096. That is impressive for season 1 champion Stefano Marchetto. He will be thereabouts. So looks like Trevor's gone off at Tamburino for the time being, but hopefully that won't hamper his time. So 7 minutes to go in the first qualifying session. It looks like there has been a bit of a change. I think Damo's gone up to 10th place at the moment. So Stefano, followed by Adam, followed by Luke, followed by Rich, followed by Dario and Adam Postlethwaite. And Stefano goes back into pit lane. So that's the top 6 then, followed by Bart, Clenough, Trevor, followed by Damo, Mike Bullen. That is right, Mike Bullen is back in the championship, followed by Yuri, Malolvan and of course Poddy Flack. I think Poddy is going to be setting a lap time very shortly, so it is going to be very close. We'll see what Adam Postlethwaite can do in the Audi. Is he going to go quicker this time round? We'll see exactly what he's aiming for there. He's actually still 6th fastest at the moment, so it's going to be thereabouts. But I think Stefano Marchetto, season 1 champion and current fastest qualifier with 6 minutes left here at Imola, it seems to be a very interesting moment for Stefano Marchetto, because he's never put a foot wrong. He's had a few like hair-raising moments, like the drive-through penalty at Paul Ricard last season. I believe when it was here at Imola, he had... Did he have one here? I can't remember whether he had one here, but he had a few... excuse me, had a few bit of hair-raising moments. I know for a fact that Kyle Army last season he had an electrical issue in the Ferrari, so that kind of hampered him quite a bit, but he's going to be thereabouts. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But got around in that Mercedes at the moment. He seems to be adapting very well with it at the moment. But Rich, however, in the Bentley up into 3rd. So you can just see how quick that Bentley is going. It seems to be a very quick car as well. Is it going to be the car to beat this season? Are we going to see the Bentley back on form, or are we going to see the likes of that Mercedes of Stefano Marchetto climbing further and further up the grid? But at the moment Stefano is on pole position for the first sprint race of the evening and the first one of the season. So 4.5 minutes left in qualifying. It seems a couple of guys are just getting back onto the the outlaps yet again after being in pit lane. But so it's Stefano from Adam, followed by Rich, followed by Luke, followed by Dario, and of course Adam Postlethwaite. Clouth is up to 7th then, so that's a very interesting lap time for the Lamborghini, followed by Mike Bullen, followed by of course Bart, followed by Trevor, followed by Damo, Yuri, Malolvan, and of course Poddy Flack. Let's see what Rich can do. He seems to be flying though. Is he going to be thereabouts? What is he done? Is the timing screen updated for me? 142.7 was the last time, but he's still third fastest at the moment. He seems to be thereabouts. 3.5 minutes left to try and get a quick lap in. It's going to be very close to see how well things go. Poddy Flack 14th at the moment, so it's going to be thereabouts. It seems to be very close. Stefano Marchetto though, still there, flying flat Mercedes. Is he going to be the first sprint race qualifier to get that Mercedes? Obviously, as I say, season 1 champion, but now in a different car for this season. I must say the orange, silver and blue machine looks very nice, I must admit. But the weather conditions at the moment are very much a scorcher over in Italy at the moment. It seems to be thereabouts. But is Stefano going to catch up? Looks like Adam Postlethwaite goes 7th fastest. Bart's up to 6th though, so that's a good lap time at the moment. So 2.5 minutes left then to see who's going to get thereabouts for the first sprint race. Could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but I think the likes of Adam Foster pushing that red, yellow and orange Ferrari to its limits. He's going to try and catch up to the likes of Stefano. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, I think. Was it the back? No, sector 3, I do apologise. But Adam Foster then, still 2nd at the moment. He's thereabouts. Rich is going to try and push that Bentley. I hope, you know, he's doing very well on his debut at the moment, just trying to push on. He's obviously 3rd at the moment, but that is a really good lap time. But it will be thereabouts, but obviously it is going to be very quick. Good evening, Ash. How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you in the stream. Come on, Bull, and get that Honda on the podium. We'll see how well he does, mate. It's going to be interesting to see how well he's going to adapt to get back racing. He's actually gone off there. I think we put commentator's curse on him there. I hope we didn't. But he's gone into pit lane at the moment with around roughly a minute to go in qualifying. But we'll see how well things go for these guys. At the moment, Luke is in 4th then. Different colour scheme for him this season. Obviously now a white and green Mercedes. So we'll see how well he does for this season. He's going to be thereabouts. Obviously he missed a bit of last season, but he came back, and you know, fair play, is back for another season. And who knows, he could be back for a title charge this season. But it is going to be thereabouts with 27 seconds left. But it could be thereabouts. But you know, looking at times then, Rich still stays. I think he did go 2nd for a moment, but then yes he did, he went 2nd, but then Adam Foster pipped him back to 3rd place. But it looks like then Stefano Marchetto will take the first sprint race qualifying session of the season then with that lap time. But a couple of guys are now on their last flying laps, so we'll see how well they can go. It looks like at the moment though Stefano Marchetto will have that pole position into the first sprint race of the evening. So we're going to be thereabouts, but you know, there's quite a few guys that obviously decided to stick out, go and sit into pit lane as Adam. Oh, he got a bit crossed up there. Did he clip that curb? it looked like he clipped the curb and it fired him into the wall, which was a bit unfortunate, but may make him still second at the moment. But be interesting to see what Rich can do, because I think Rich has actually decided that I'm going to abandon that. But fair play to these guys. Looks like Luke's still out on a flyer, so is he going to be thereabouts to see what he can do for the Mercedes? Just coming into the latter half of the lap now. He's going to be thereabouts. What is he going to do for his lap time? Is he going to go into pit lane, or is he going to cross the line? We'll try and find out in a moment. He's still there at the moment, so he still stays fourth at the moment. So that is qualifying for the first sprint race of the season done. But it is going to be thereabouts. We'll see what is going to happen for the first sprint race, which is coming right up in a moment or two. So sit back, grab a drink, and grab something to eat, because you don't want to miss the action. So I think we are going to be looking at what's going to happen then. I think we're going to be doing a warm-up. I'm not too sure, but we'll soon find out in a moment or two. But the first 30-minute race of the season then is going to be moments away. We are looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I think the likes of Stefano Marchetto may try and leapfrog into the race lead going into Tamburino, but it could be thereabouts to push quite a bit for some time. But you know, Adam Foster will be there. Just remember, 30 minutes, it is not going to be a long race. It is going to seem like it's going to just start and be over in a flash, but who knows exactly what is going to happen for the first sprint race of the season. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to tell you that. I'm looking forward to seeing how quick these guys are going to go. It is going to be very much on course for a bit of a... It's a weird situation, because 30 minutes may seem quite a long time, but it is not going to be a long time. But the spectators are really going to be in for a treat. I'm sure we're going to be in for a treat in the comms box as well, so we'll see how well things go. But let's see how quick things are going to go for these people. It looks like at the moment then we will be getting hopefully a formation start, so it will be a lot of interest. Stefano Marchetto just leading the way off the grid then for the first formation. So we're on the formation lap then, so we'll see exactly how well things go, but we'll provide the helicam for the moment or two. Obviously we can't go through the field, but I believe everyone's got off the line very safely and cleanly. But it is going to be thereabouts. We'll see how well everyone gets on this evening. It seems to be a very close proximity. I think the two Hondas, of course Polyflack and of course Mike Bullen, I believe they're actually still at the tail of the field, unless they're in pit lane at the moment. I'm not too sure, but could be very much interesting to see what they're going to do. I think they are actually going to be thereabouts, but just looking at Stefano Marchetto just leading the field away on the green flag lap. It seems to be very much close proximity. It may be the timing screen is just throwing a wobbler, but it is going to be a lot of interest. Good evening, mate. How's it going? Nice to see you. Shame you're not on the grid, but we'll see what can happen. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, of course it is, mate. It's going to be close, I tell you. But looking at Stefano Marchetto and of course Adam Foster, these two battled wheel to wheel at Paul Ricard last season, and it seemed to be a very close battle, and then they both got a drive-through penalty last season, so hopefully that does not happen this season. But it will be a very proximity battle. I think we do have the two Hondas on the grid, or they are starting from pit lane, which I think they did miss out on getting to the grid, so it's a bit of a shame, but we'll see what goes on. But it is thereabouts. But so it is Mercedes from Ferrari, from Bentley, Mercedes from Mercedes, Audi from Mercedes, Lamborghini from Lamborghini, Lexus from Bentley to Audi. But it looks like the two Hondas are starting from pit lane then, so that's a bit already drama for the Honda NSX crews. They are going to be at the tail of the field, but it should be on course for a good night of racing. But we are getting ready for the first of 30-minute races tonight here at Imola. Buckle up, because it is going to be a down-to-earth race, and I can't wait to see what goes on. We are moments away from the green light, and we are getting ready. Stefano Marchetto, what's going through his mind? Is he going to floor it, or is Adam Foster going to chase him down? We shall soon find out. We are getting ready. We are close to getting the green light, ladies and gents. Let's get ready to roll, and we are good to go for race number 1 of TNRL Sim Racing Season 3. It is going to be thereabouts, but it looks like already that Luke's trying to get onto the grass, but there's already carnage between Damo and of course Malolven. It looks like they both had a bit of an issue, but they both got going again, so hopefully the two Hondas will start from pit lane. But at the moment, Stefano Marchetto leads the race then, as the timing screen throws a wobbler. But at the moment, Stefano Marchetto from Adam Foster, then from Rich. But it looks like Adam Foster's trying to get that Ferrari alongside the Mercedes. It is going to be thereabouts. I'm just trying to make sure the cameras are going to be working very well. But at the moment, it looks like Rich is up to 3rd, followed by Luke in 4th at the moment. And he's under pressure from Dario at the moment. Dario's trying to put that other Mercedes back past another Mercedes. Yes, there's too many Mercedes in the group, but hey ho, never mind. But what happened to Adam Postlethwaite? He has dropped down to 12th place at the moment. That is a bit unfortunate, but you know, we'll try and catch up with that if we can. But at the moment, Stefano Marchetto then leading the way from Adam Foster, followed by Rich, followed by Luke, and of course Dario. Boss is there as well. So the Mercedes, it looks like the Mercedes have, as I say, it is the strongest car around here, one of the strongest cars. Clef up in 7th, Trevor in 8th, then in that Lexus. Yuri currently in 10th then, with Damo in 9th. But it's going to be very close. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But we're already on to lap number 2 then. It's going to be thereabouts, but you know, it may say pit lane's open, but are they going to, I don't think they're going to pit, because it is only a 30-minute race. But looking at the moment, Stefano Marchetto, Season 1 champion, straight away out of the block then, and leading the race, with the likes of course, Luke trying to chase the chasing pack. He's trying to chase them, but he's got to be careful because Dario's right behind him at the moment, with Bart also trying to catch up. The number 6 versus number 33 versus the number 11 Mercedes. So it's going to be thereabouts. We've got around 27.5 minutes left, but you know, it's gonna, like I say, this race could be over in a flash. But it looks like the likes of Trevor and Cleniff, they're having a bit of a battle as well. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Obviously Cleniff trying to push away from the Lexus RCF at the moment, but is it going to be very close to see what happens. I think, you know, the battles are going to be pushing quite to a degree, but we can just see the likes of, I believe, Malovan, and of course Yuri, and of course Adam Postlethwaite at the tail of the field at the moment. Well, at the tail of this group, with the likes of Mike Bullen and of course Poddy Flack, after starting from pit lane, but that's a bit unfortunate. But at the moment you can just about see Adam Foster under threat from Rich at the moment. Rich is coming on very quick in that Bentley. Stefano Marchetto still leads them as we're about to kickstart lap number 3, but it is getting thereabouts. These sprint races are going to be very close. You can just see how much it's going to mean to these guys. You know, it could be that these sprint races will throw up surprises. I said at the start of the season, before the season started, I said it could throw up a couple of new winners. It could be even week in, week out, but you've got to set up your car just right for these sprint races at the moment. But you can just see the likes of Dario and of course Bart's trying to catch up to Dario. You can just see the number 6 Mercedes versus the number 33 Mercedes. They're battling very well at the moment, but I'll tell you what, it could be very, very close to see what goes on. But we will go on board as the cameras just throw a massive wobbler. But we'll go on board with Bart's Mercedes trying to catch up to Dario. Dario's going to be looking forward. He's trying to not concentrate in that rear view mirror as much as he can, but you can just about see how quick it's going to be with Bart trying to catch him up. But at the moment I think there's been a change for second place. Yes, there has. Rich has finally got past Adam Foster. We didn't notice how that move was done, but you know, Adam did say Rich was going to be on course to be very quick, but it looks like he's catching up to Stefano Marchetto quite quickly as well. This could be a very close conversational battle between the Italian and of course Rich. At the moment Rich seems to be trying to catch up to Stefano. Stefano's trying to literally get away from the top and the other two, but you know, it's thereabouts. But you know, it's going to be very close, because not only, you know, these races are going to be thereabouts, but as I say, you know, Rich is trying to catch up to Stefano. Adam's dropped back a bit now. Has he got an issue with that Ferrari, or is it just playing it safe at the moment, just because if the other two in front have a tangle and it may gift him that race lead? Luke's trying to catch him up as well. Bart and Dario, they're still nose to tail going out of Tamburino, but Clenefe's also trying to catch them up. You can just see how quick and how fast it is going to be. You know, oh, Dario runs wide. That's allowed Bart to get through. Is that allowed Clenefe to catch up? Yes, it has, but you know, Dario is there, but that's also allowed Trevor to catch up as well. This could be very close for between 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th at the moment. It could be thereabouts, but you know, it is going to be very carefully picked out. But at the moment we're just going to see how this battle plays out. But the battle for first place is still there. Adam Foster's still trying to catch up to these guys. You can just see Rich trying to catch up to Stefano Marchetto. This could be a very much interesting moment of the race with 23.5 minutes to go. This is going to be unstoppable. It is going to be a very close battle. I was really hyped to see how well these 30-minute races would work, and so far it has not disappointed me. It has brought some great entertainment. But I tell you what, have we got that battle still going on? Clenefe goes wide out the final turn there, just about, which has dropped him down to a couple of tenths. But he's got to be careful because Trevor's there. And I'll tell you what, it is very interesting. And yes, you're right there, Ash, with Luke catching up to the top 3. He's caught him back up, which is good to see. You know, he's on course. But this is exactly how these sprint races, I thought this is exactly how they would pan out. You know, it's fantastic to see. But at the moment I am keeping an eye on what's going on here to see whether, you know, whether Stefano's going to get caught by Rich. At the moment it could be. Malovan's up to 9th, Yuri's down in 10th, but we'll try and see everyone in the back of the field in a moment or two. But you know, look at Rich, he's getting that power of the Bentley. Stefano knows how that Bentley works. He's in unfamiliar territory driving that Mercedes, but I'll tell you what, Rich is going to try and put that 25. I'll tell you what, oh, he's making a fantastic debut, mate. He's making a fantastic debut so far. Rich, he's going to be on course. Stefano Marchetto, he knows how that Bentley works, and so does Ash. Ash is unfortunately not racing in the Bentley this season. He's gone to okay, mate, so it looked like turn 4 lap 1 then is what happened to Comer and of course Yuri. I didn't see that, but it will probably be looked at in the steward's office, I'm sure. But at the moment, Stefano Marchetto is trying to escape from Rich at the moment. Rich is trying to put Stefano under so much pressure. It could be thereabouts, but we've got a lot of interest. It's thereabouts, but you know, fair play. We'll see what's going on at the back. We've got Bart still in 6th at the moment. Adam Foster, that is, he's going to try and catch up to these guys. He's got Luke chasing him down though. But at the moment it is Trevor in 7th, then Cloniff in 8th. But Dario's just got past Bart. This could be another battle. Bart is going to try and put Dario under pressure. He's going to try and take him to the cleaners. Literally not take him to the cleaners, you know, but it's thereabouts. But it's going to be very close to see exactly. Serial killer, oh yes, looks like Damo is out. As Damo had electrical issues in that Bentley. It does look like it indeed, mate. It does look like it, as he had an issue with that Bentley. That is a big shame. You know, that is a really big shame to see what's going to happen. But Adam Postlethwaite at the moment trying to catch up to Yuri. Whether these guys actually did have an issue on lap number 1 at turn number 4, but you know, Adam's trying to push that Audi back up into inside the top 10. He's got to be careful because Malovan's also there. But Adam's going to try and make a move. Oh, he has to tuck back behind Yuri because Yuri chops the nose slightly of that Audi. Both same engine power, but it's going to be thereabouts. Have we got that battle for the race lead still raging? It's getting closer. Excuse me. It's getting very closer between Rich and of course Stefano Marchetto. Okay, yes he did have an accident, and oh, Dario's gone wide. That is allowed Bart to get through. It could be the early incident on lap number 1 between him and Malovan. Yeah, he could have had some damage. He could have picked up some damage. I forgot that he had an incident on lap number 1 going into Tamburino. So yeah, it could be. But the battle for the race lead, is this going to be a very controversial, because you've got 18 minutes and 40 seconds left. More likely the kids woke him up. Oh dear. See, that's a disadvantage. But I'm going to put it down as a mechanical issue or some damage, so you know, just to be very professional. But it looks like Rich is trying to catch up to Stefano. Stefano's trying to defend like mad to get a victory on home turf. It seems to be thereabouts. But Adam Postlethwaite up into 10th, then he's got past Yuri for 10th place then, so he's back on course to get into the top 10. But he's got to catch Malovan. But is Malovan going to be thereabout? Both Audis though seems to be thereabouts, but it could be very much close battles. But I want to see what's happening with the race lead, because with 18 minutes, just under 18 minutes left now in the first sprint race of the season and also the first race of the evening, it is going to be thereabouts. I think Rich is going to try and catch up to Stefano. This is exactly how I was expecting. It's been amazing so far. 17.5 minutes then to go. But I think Rich is going to put Stefano under pressure. You can just see how quick that Bentley is getting. We'll go on board with Rich. Oh, he runs a bit wide. That's lost him a bit of momentum. This is not going to be. Oh, he's lost internet. Oh dear. That's even worse. But hopefully he's back for race number 2. We'll see what he can do. So Damo's lost internet. means his Bentley's had an electrical issue, mate. But nevertheless, we'll see what Stefano's going to do. Is Stefano going to get... Oh, Rich gets a bit crossed up, though. Out of that chicane, it is going to be very carefully picked out. But, you know, it could be very careful. But, you know, it could be a very close proximity between Stefano and, of course, Rich, becoming a bit of a threat under times. But he's not lost that much for gap, though, to be fair. He's actually catching back up. But Stefano Marchetto wants to get a win on home turf, wants to get a race win, wants to start the season well. But, you know, as you know, these races are going to be there about 16 minutes left. Then what's happening further back? Bart still in 5th, then Dario in 6th, then followed by Clem's been overtaken by Trevor for, or has that always been like that for a while? But looking at what's going on, Adam Postlethwaite on to Malone. The battle of the Audis. We're going on board with Adam Postlethwaite. Yes, we're in the wrong view here, but he's got that move done into Tamburino. What a stellar move. But this is exactly how these sprint races are going to fire some surprises. It's going to be thereabouts, but I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close. But I'm getting a bit interested in this battle still for the race lead, though. It was a stellar move. I could not believe. I know we went on board and the camera was at the wrong angle, but he got the move done. So we're halfway through the race. It is halfway through to the momentum. So just under 15 minutes left of the race. Then is Stefano going to take the checkered flag, or is Rich going to put him under considerable pressure? Looking in the background, it looks like then Adam's getting caught slightly by Luke. You can just see the Mercedes and Ferrari. But look at this. Look at Rich trying to catch up to Stefano Marchetto. This could be under pressure for Stefano. He knows how that Bentley works, though. This is the thing. He knows how the Bentley works, but I think Stefano Marchetto needs to get a grip with that Mercedes. He probably will have a grip of that Mercedes. I know he will. But he's getting caught by the car he won season 1 in. And it looks like Luke's trying to catch up to Adam. It could... Oh, Stefano, has he clipped the grass? Oh! But that was going to be... Oh, Rich is gaining. Oh, Clenneth needs to watch his mirrors. Why? What's going on? Oh, ho, ho. Okay, this is getting heated now. There's a battle for 8th and 9th. There's a battle for 1st and 2nd. I don't know where to look, guys. I don't know where to look. I wish I had a multi-screen. It would be very clever if I did. But at the moment, Rich is trying to catch up to Stefano, and I think Clenneth is under threat from Adam Postlethwaite. Yes, he is. He's slowly but surely getting caught by the Audi driver now. It is going to be very interesting to see what Comer can do. Comer, obviously, from the sort of the back end of the field after a bit of an incident in turn number 1, but 13 minutes left. Is Comer going to get past Clenneth? Clenneth knows exactly what's going to happen, because Clenneth is also in a new car for this season, but it's going to be thereabouts. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen, but we'll try and come back to that battle if it gets closer and closer. But Stefano Marchetto, he's still, but Adam's catching them back up slightly. This could be a very nail-biting end with 12.5 minutes to go. This is exactly how I was expecting these races now. these races are going to be fabulous. These two 30-minute races are going to be thereabouts. But looking at what's going to go on, Adam Postlethwaite, this guy is unstoppable. He is on course to try and take Clenough. There's a Damo's come out of pit lane though, which he's just trying to get some consolidatory laps in, but going on board with Adam Postlethwaite going through Tamburino. Is he going to be catching up to Clenough? This could be very close, but I have a feeling we're going to have a battle, or could be in a very interesting battle in a moment or two. This is exactly how the races pan out, you know. As soon as Clenough gets a bit crossed up there, is he going to be allowed Adam Postlethwaite to get past? Connor gets past slightly. Yes, he does. Clenough is almost in his boot lid though. Oh, this is fantastic stuff, but Clenough is coming back. Got to be careful. Oh, Clenough gets past him well. That was absolutely sensational. But this is getting close. They're also catching up to Trevor as well. That could be a very much interesting as well. But 11 minutes left then. Is Stefano Marchetto going to be slowly but surely going to be thereabouts? But I tell you what, this is exactly why I love commentating for you guys. This is exactly what is going to happen. But you know, I think Rich is going to try and catch up to Stefano. I will try and go back to that battle between Comer and of course Clenough if it still has a bit of a moment or two. But you know, I'm really interested to see how the battle for the race lead is going to happen, because looking at Rich is trying to get past Stefano Marchetto. He is trying to get a race win. He is trying to get that race lead. Stefano Marchetto though, however, yes, it is a new car for him this season, but that Bentley, he's raced that Bentley, so he will know how that car will have its strengths and weaknesses. But you know, I do apologise if we're not covered half the field, but it is going to be fantastic. 10 minutes left of the opening race then. 10 minutes to go. It is going to be fantastic. I cannot believe how well this racing is being so far. It is absolutely unreal. I'll tell you this, Rich is going to be on course to try and get Stefano Marchetto this time. It is going to be thereabouts. What is going to happen? You know, it looks like Luke and of course Adam, they're going to have a bit of a battle for third and fourth very soon, but it is going to be thereabouts. And I do apologise if you heard something disgusting. My other half is very disgustingly. But Rich is going to catch up to Stefano Marchetto. It could be thereabouts. Can we see a battle for the first place at the moment? Then it could be thereabouts, but I think Stefano's going to be under threat from Rich. I think Rich is going to try and push that Bentley to try and get past the Mercedes. We'll see exactly what's happening. I think Clenough is now opening up that gap. He's also trying to catch up to Trevor. It's going to be a very much tooth and nail with 8.5 minutes left, but you know, anything can happen and we know it can happen. But I think Clenough is trying to catch up to Trevor at the moment. Trevor is going to be on course trying to catch up, but it is going to be thereabouts. But I'll tell you what, we'll join that battle again in a minute or two. But I think Rich is going to try and catch back up to Stefano. You can just see how close that is getting between the top two, well maybe the top four, because you know, Adam Foster, yeah, he might be 3.0 seconds behind DRS train. It seems like a DRS train, mate, yes, but it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But I think the likes of Clenough, oh, Adam Postlethwaite is on course to try and excuse me excuse me, but it looks like Comer is trying to catch up back to Clenough. as well as Clenough trying to catch up to Trevor. It could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So the battle for 7th, 8th and 9th is also interesting. With around 7 minutes to go then, it is going to be very close to see what is going to happen. But I think Trevor is going to be catched by Clenough. But then in the process, I think Comet is going to catch up to... Oh, Bullen's caught up to Yuri as well by the looks of it. Oh, he has indeed. Good spot. Could be very interesting. There's quite a lot of cars now having these battles. I think this is exactly how the race is going to pan out, and you know, by the looks of it, you know, I think Mike's going to try and catch up to you before the race is finished. So 6 minutes and 25 seconds left then. It is going to be thereabouts, but hopefully it is going to be a very interesting... Oh, Trevor's gone off. Has there been an issue which is allowed, or it hasn't allowed, but it's allowed Comet and Clenough to get up into 7th and 8th, with Milova now 9th. Trevor's dropped down to 10th by the looks of it. Mike Bullen though is slowly trying to catch up to Yuri. However, I think Damo being a couple of laps down, I think he's just trying to push on. But come up to 5.5 minutes then. I think the battle for the race lead is still going to be thereabouts, but the battle for 3rd and 4th is going to be also interesting, because Luke has actually caught up to Adam. Oh my goodness, this race has never failed to amaze me. It has been one of the best so far. This is unstoppable. What is going on? We said these sprint races were going to be fun, and they definitely are fun. This is absolutely top of the world. It is top class. I tell you what, I know the grid for this season is full, but I tell you what, it's not failed to disappoint so far. I know there's only like 14 races tonight, but I tell you what, 14 races and people that are put in fantastic battles. I am kind of interested. Well, I am interested to see what happens. It looks like Trevor's gone into pit lane though to repair that damage of the Lexus. 4.5 minutes to go. This is gonna be unstoppable. Comet's got past Clenough. Yeah, I think there was a bit of an issue with Trevor. I think Kit Cartman, or I think that's what it's called, but I think he had a bit of an issue, so it allowed them to get past. But obviously, yeah, I think, as you say, I think it's very interesting to see what happens. But the battle for the race lead is still going nose to tail though. Just to jump back to it, I wish I had multiple screens, because if I had multiple screens then I could commentate on everything that's going on. But you know, with Rich trying to catch up to Stefano Marchetto with around 3 minutes and 39 seconds, it's going to be close. Yeah, I think he is struggling a bit, mate. I think he's struggling thereabouts, but you know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But he's got 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to try and fend off the Bentley. He's got to be careful, but I think Rich is going to try and catch him. It looks like though Adam Foster could be under threat for the podium by Luke at the moment. Luke is only 0.5 seconds behind him. This is actually really fantastic. 3 minutes then. 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. This is probably... Yeah, of course, mate. I will gladly do that. So we're going board with Rich then, trying to chase after Stefano Marchetto. Obviously season 1 champion in this very car, with the silver arrows now trying to defend from the car that he won season 1 in. So Stefano trying to push the absolute maximum. 2.5 minutes. We could be going on course for the penultimate lap, maybe thereabouts, but we'll go on board with Rich. He's trying to catch up to the likes of Stefano at the moment. This is exactly how very much an idea, but it could be a close battle. I'll tell you what, we're in really a treat for tonight. It is absolutely unstoppable. Going into Tamburino, then he's going to try and catch up to Stefano. Oh, he gets a bit crossed up though. But Rich is going to be trying to push on. He's got around 2 minutes though. This is going to be on the battle for the race lead. Could be on for another lap. It is going to be thereabouts, but I'll tell you what, this is proper scary stuff. Well, I don't mean it in a bad way, but you know what I mean. It is going to be pushing to the limit. I'll tell you what, it is going to be fantastic to see what happens. Stefano Marchetto still holding on for dear life. Is he going to try and hold off Rich? He's only about 0.3 seconds. This is absolutely top draw from these two. But I tell you what, I think we're going to be in for a fantastic battle. We'll throw the helicam up as well, just to give you a rough idea with what's going on between the two of them. But I think Rich may catch him slightly. So with a minute to go and going on to the final lap, then this is where it's going to be between these two. This could be very close. You can just hear that Ferrari in the background. But we're on to the final lap then. It is going to be tooth and nail. What is going to happen? Are we going to get a last lap lunge? But it looks like Luke's dropped back a bit from Adam at the moment. But I tell you what, this has been a fantastic race. I will go back on board with Rich now, just to give you a rough idea into Tamburino then. Oh, he goes a bit wide though. That is a bit unfortunate. But is this going to be thereabouts? I think he's lost a bit of ground. He's only 0.9 though. But this is exactly how things are going to pan out. And I'll tell you what, fair play. First sprint race is absolutely been a very much close proximity battle. This has been quite exciting, I must admit. But looking at Rich, he's trying to catch up to Stefano. I'm a bit, well, I'm not concerned, but I think time is slowly but surely running out for Rich to try and catch up, unless Stefano makes a mistake. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him though. That is what I do not want to do. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be thereabouts. Rich is still trying to catch up to Stefano. It looks like Luke is trying to catch up to Adam though, slightly. This is fantastic stuff. This is absolutely unreal. But I tell you what, fair play. Stefano Marchetto will take the first sprint race of the evening. He will take a lights to flag victory. He has done it. Rich in second. Fair play, fair battle. Adam in third then with Luke fourth. Fair play to them as well. Bart will come home in fifth then. This could be a very close, interesting battle to see what is going to happen. But I tell you what, when he got past Dario, after Dario had a bit of an excursion, Dario will finish sixth then. But I tell you what, absolutely top draw. Adam Postlethwaite from a bit of an issue. I'll tell you this, we're in for a treat for the second one. I can't wait to see what happens for the second. So Adam Postlethwaite in seventh then. Fair play to him. Malone in eighth then. He's got past Glenouth. Glenouth finishes ninth then, so it looks like Glenouth's had a bit of an issue with that Lamborghini. Mike Bullen, however, 10th place on his return. Fair play to him. Fair play. Yuri in 11th, Poddy Flack in 12th then, Trevor in 13th, and of course Damo in 14th, a couple of laps down unfortunately with electrical issues. But fair play to Marmolotto, taking a light to flag victory. I'll tell you what, let's see what he's going to do for the second sprint race. That is going to be very interesting and all. but we will see exactly what is going to happen very soon. But I'll tell you what, it is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how well things go. I'm going to have a quick couple of minutes break just while the guys get ready for the second race, and we will be with you in a moment or two. So then guys, we are going to get ready for the second sprint race of the evening. It is obviously, the grid is determined by qualifying results, so seems to be very interesting. So it looks like Stefano and of course Adam Foster will share the first row, followed by Rich and Luke, followed by Dario and of course Connor, followed by Bart, Yuri, Bullen, Clenough, Trevor, Malone, Podifleck, and of course Damo at the back of the field. It is going to be very close, and I'll tell you what is going to happen for the second race of the evening. Obviously, you know, thank you so far to the guys providing, excuse me, great engagement. It is going to be very interesting. reverse grid, and it should have been a wet race. See, that would have been even better. That probably would have thrown a few surprises into quite a few of the drivers. I think they would have been probably thereabouts, but so far so good. I'll tell you what, these sprint races are going to be a lot of interest. I'll tell you what, let's see what the next one is going to happen. We are going to be moments away from the formation lap. We will get a bird's eye view, hopefully, of what's going to happen. But I think the guys are going to be thereabouts, just looking exactly what's going to happen. So Stefano Marchesso will lead them away again. It will be a very much interesting battle. I can't wait to see what is going to happen for obviously the next race is going to be thereabouts, but Stefano will lead them away then for the second formation lap of the evening. It seems he was obviously on course to see what was going to happen, but this time round it is going to be very much interesting to see what is going to happen. Are we going to see Stefano take a double victory? But are we going to see a lot of pressure? It could be a very much close proximity yet again for the second race of the evening. But I don't want to put the commentator's curse on people, but we could be in for another crack of a race. It will be a very interesting cracker of a race. I think Stefano Marchesso is now going to be, he's still cool as a cucumber. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he will push on and try and get another race victory. You know, there's a lot to be done, but you know, 30 minutes, it, as I said, it seemed to have started and then it seemed to have just finished just like that. You know, it was a very interesting and not so topsy-turvy race, but it is going to be thereabouts. I think the likes of, obviously now, Rich is probably going to want to try and push to try and get that Bentley yet again. Excuse me. Trying to get that Bentley up into that strong position like he did for race number one. I think Adam will try. That's Adam Foster. in the Ferrari that will push on to try and get into the lead of the race. I'm sure Luke will be thereabouts as well. I'm sure Dario will try and push that other Mercedes, the other silver, and I think it's got red flashes on his car. And then of course Comer will try and push his way through, well, not literally push his way through, but try and get up to the sharp end. There's quite a few drivers that will be thereabouts now, and I think with what's going to happen for race number 2 then, it is going to be thereabouts. But just looking exactly what's going on, we'll go look back from Stefano Marchetto, just looking at the tail of the field, and it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen for race number 2. He's going to be thereabouts, but looking at what's going to happen, they're all going side by side into grid formation. It looks like Poddy Flack will be at the tail of the field just to get a lot of interest, but we are going to be thereabouts, ready for the second green light of the evening. We are going to be in for a cracker of a second race, so buckle up, ladies and gents. You do not want to miss the action. We are going to be getting ready for race number 2 here at Imola. It is going to be an absolute flyer. We are going to be getting ready. Who is going to take the jump in towards Tamburino? It is going to be very close, but we are good to go. It looks like Stefano Marchetto yet again has the jump, but it looks like it's going to be tooth and nail yet again going in towards Tamburino, but yet again it looks like Trevor and of course Malolvin have had a bit of an issue again. That is not very good for the likes of Malolvin and of course Trevor at the moment. But oh, there's been another accident further back. It looked like Dario and of course Comer was involved in that. He's dropped back a bit. That is unfortunate. I don't think he's going to be happy with that. I don't know exactly what went on there, but it looked like a couple of cars weren't going to go. So it looks like at the moment Malolvin and Comer are at the tail of the field. But in the meantime, Stefano Marchetto still in the race lead from Adam Foster at the moment. Adam Foster trying to make amends, trying to catch up now. He knows exactly how this is going to happen, but I think, you know, it is going to be thereabouts. But you know, Luke's also in that battle. It's going to be very close to top 4, but it looks like Trevor's had an issue then with that Lexus, so he's dropped out. He's got too much damage by the looks of it, so the Lexus driver unable to complete race number 2, which is a bit unfortunate, but hopefully he will be back for next week. But at the moment then, Stefano Marchetto will tick off lap number 1 to start lap number 2. This is absolutely fast and furious action at the moment, but at the moment I think Luke's going to try and catch up to the back of Rich at the moment. Jersey Rich rather is going to be putting a lot of pressure towards the top 2, I'm sure, this time round. But the track is going to be very much an optimum running. It has got optimum grip at the moment. It seems to be thereabouts. Mike Bullen then, however, with Poddy Flack, the two Hondas 6th and 7th possibly. Clemmer thinks about taking a move on to Poddy Flack for 7th place at the moment. The Honda versus the Lamborghini. Oh, Clev goes on that outside line. Is he going to try and get past Poddy Flack? I don't think so, because Malolvin's also there. But oh, Clenough, what a move, my friend. That was absolutely unstoppable. But I tell you what, he's got to be careful. That is going to be thereabouts. It's a bit unfortunate, by the sounds of it. Comer got a bit of a shove by Dario. Yeah, it's not his night tonight, is it? He's having a bit of a disappointing. Oh, Clenough's definitely on fire, mate. He's definitely thereabouts. But Comer's trying to get a move on Dario. Oh, Dario's also trying to take Damo at the same time. This bit of a close proximity. I'll tell you what, Clem's really impressed me tonight with that driving in that Lamborghini. He's obviously trying to get thereabouts, but you know, Comer's trying to get Dario. Oh, there's a bit of contact between the pair of them. And not too much contact though, I think. But Yuri's trying to catch them up as well. But what's happening to the race lead then? Oh, it looks like Luke's got Jersey onto the entry of Tamburino, but Luke goes onto the curb and too much. Oh, he spun as well. That is unfortunate. Yet again, Luke has a bit of a mare in front of the commentating cameras. Well, that's allowed Bart up into fourth then. Luke's dropped back. That's unfortunate. Who has that? That is Yuri. Yuri's dropped to the back of the field. And I think Comer's having such a bad night tonight. He is not going to be happy. He's having a bit of an issue. Clerf is up into sixth then. Mike Bullen, however, up into fifth. Fair play, Mike on his return. But it seems to be a lot of things. But it seems that from what I've just seen, it's going to be close. But I think we've got, there's a bit of well, I'm not going to say issues, but I think we've got a bit of a momentum. But I think Clenough's going to try and push that Lamborghini further up the battle for AM class honours at the moment though. However, it's Bullen from Clenough, I believe, because I think Dario is still down in 11th at the moment. He's thereabouts, but he's got to get past Luke and he's got to get past Poddy Fleck and of course Damo and Malolven, excuse me, to try and catch back up. But 24.5 minutes then. But Adam Foster's going to try and catch up to Stefano Marchetto. Looks like at the moment though that Rich is going to still catch up to these guys. Bart's still there in fourth at the moment with Bullen and Clenough. Clenough's going to excuse me, Clenough is going to try and catch up to the back of Mike Bullen. Go on board with Clenough at the moment then, trying to catch, oh, he's gone a bit wide though. He doesn't want to be doing that if he wants to try and catch up to Mike Bullen for the AM class lead. Malolven is there in 7th, followed by Damo, followed by Luke, and of course Poddy Fleck and Adam Postlethwaite. Dario has dropped back to 12th place, but looking at the front of that Mercedes, it's got a bit of damage. What has happened to Dario? Has he had an issue yet again? It's going to be a bit unfortunate, but I tell you what, he's getting caught by Yuri. Yuri's going to try and catch him this time round. It could be very interesting with 23 and 20 seconds, should I say. But Adam Foster is trying to catch up to the likes of more fighting with Comer. It's not going to go down well with the stewards though, unfortunately. But it could be a very much interesting moment. I'd love to hear the thoughts of the drivers after the race, but obviously that won't be streamed because I know there will be a lot of probably argumentives. But at the moment, Rich trying to catch up to the top two, but it seems to be thereabouts. But at the moment, it is going to be very close to see what's going to happen. But Rich is going to be on course to try and push up to the top two. I know he will, but he's obviously now trying to get that Bentley to its optimum. But in the meantime, Adam's trying to catch up to Stefano. We've got Bart still in 4th then. Mike's still in 5th place, which is a good showing for Mike in the Honda, with Clenough close behind. But it looks like Clenough's going to try and catch up. You know, fair play to Clenough. He's not put a foot wrong this evening. You know, he's got that Lamborghini how he wants it. Then 22 minutes left in the second race of the evening. He's going to be thereabouts. But I'll tell you this, Clenough is trying to catch up to Mike. Mike's trying to catch him up. It could be, well, Mike's trying to catch him up. That didn't make sense. Come on, Poppers. I mean, Clenough is trying to catch up to Mike. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Is Clenough going to catch that Honda? Oh, it could be very carefully done. It looks like Damo's trying to catch up. Well, Luke's trying to catch up to Damo, but this could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But it is going to be thereabouts. You know, it's going to be, could be very interesting to see what Clenough's going to do, because Clenough, my driver of the season, well, my sort of driver of the season last season, you know, trying to push on. You know, it's going to be thereabouts. So on board with Clenough with 21 minutes to go. Is he going to catch up to Mike Bullen before the race has finished? It is going to be thereabouts. I do apologise, flick into the rear view camera just for a moment or two, but the battle for the race lead, still a bit of a gap, but I think Rich is going to catch up to Adam anytime soon. This could be close because 0.5 seconds from Mike and of course Clenough. Clenough could easily get the Honda if he dials that Lamborghini up to a fantastic moment or two. But you know, there's a battle between Yuri and Dario. Just to go back, looks like Dario's really suffering. Whether he's had a lot of, whether that Mercedes has picked up quite a bit of damage, it could be thereabouts. But Poddy Flack in 11th then, Comet in 10th then, catching up to Malone. The two Audis could be battling, so it's getting thereabouts, isn't it? It could be, but I think Clenough has, yeah, Clenough's dropped back a bit now. But Damo and Luke are also battling, so there's quite a few battles brewing nicely. But obviously we don't want it to end in tears. 19 minutes 40 seconds left. And the second race, is Luke going to get the move on Damo? Oh, a bit of wheels locking between the pair of them. Oh my goodness, that's probably just wheel to wheel. It's, oh, he's definitely gonna get it though, mate. He's definitely gonna get it. He's definitely gonna try and get past Damo. We know it's gonna be thereabouts, but has he got the skills to try and get past again? He probably will have. But it's going to be thereabouts, but obviously it is going to be very close. We've got the two Audis almost having a bit of a battle. Clenough has dropped down to 1.5 seconds from Bullen. At the moment it seems to be thereabouts. But it's going to be absolutely a nail biter. 1.1 is the second between Rich and of course Adam. Adam's trying to push that Ferrari, but look at this. This is 18.5 minutes left. Dario goes into pit lane, which is a bit unfortunate. I think he's got... Oh, Adam's clipped that curb. Adam's clipped the curb. You can just see him flying over the curb on the replay on the stream. I know it's a bit behind, but at the moment Rich is going to try and get past the... Oh! Bit of contact between the pair of them. It's almost like Stefano versus Adam in season 1 and also season 2, but you know, it's fair play to them, fair play to give each other a bit of respect and saying, right, okay, place is back. But that's allowing Stefano Marchetto to eat that lead even more. He's going to be laughing. He's going to be laughing because they're catching each other up. But I think Rich is definitely going to try and catch up to Adam. No, definitely going to try and catch up. But is the battle for... this is going to be a very interesting battle between the likes of Luke and of course Comet and of course Malone. But you could just see that Comet made that move on Malone when we looked behind for a moment or two. But you know, Luke is definitely... I think Rich might get second. He possibly could, mate. He possibly could get second this time round, because Adam's hop, skipping and jumping them curbs at the moment. I think he's got a bit of a momentum. He's trying to get used to that Ferrari. obviously reigning champion, trying to get used to a different vehicle than the McLaren, but it could be there about 16 and just roughly 16 and a half minutes to go in the second race of the season, and we're going to be thereabouts. Let's see what is going to happen. Is it going to be thereabouts? But you know, you can just see Rich trying to catch up to Adam at the moment. This could be very close. The camera throws a bit of a wobble just as we go on board with Rich. The Bentley is on course to try and catch up. 16 minutes left in this race. It is going to be a very close battle between the Ferrari and the Bentley for second and third, are literally going to be thereabouts. But you know, this is exactly how interesting the races have been tonight. I'll tell you what, yes, we've had a few issues there and then, but you know, it is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But I think Rich is definitely on course to get second place at the moment. He's trying to catch up. You know, he's done very well so far in his debut, and I'll tell you what, I'll give him that. And it is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, it's allowed Stefano to get away in the race lead. But fair play to these two at the moment. It is going to be thereabouts. But you know, I think Rich is definitely going to be on course to try and catch up to, of course, Adam before we go into the latter half of the race. But 15 minutes then, so halfway through the race then, already halfway through. Does not feel like it. It is absolutely been unreal tonight. This is exactly how things go, I tell you. I'm still on board with, of course, Rich trying to chase down that Ferrari. The reigning champion still holding on, trying to get away from the Bentley. But is it going to be a move that we may see? Clenough is still, Clenough is catching up to Bullen for that 5th place at the moment. Clenough is actually driven absolutely unstoppable. Luke is in 7th then. Comet in, of course, 8th, with Damo in 9th. Didn't see exactly how that came about, but I think, you know, Luke is going to be pushing on, but I think Clenough is going to be pushing that Lamborghini up to the Honda. 14 minutes left, then it is going to be unstoppable. This is what I like about these sprint races. You know, okay, Stefano may get a double win, but I don't want to put commentators curse. I may speak too soon here, but at the moment, fair play. Clenough is in 6th place at the moment. The battle for the AM class is thereabouts. It is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen, but it is thereabouts. 13 and a half minutes to go. This is going to be very unstoppable. This could be very close to see what is going to happen, but it is thereabouts. But Clenough is trying to catch up to Mike. Mike is going to try everything to try and get away from Clenough, but these two same class battle. This is really fantastic. 13 minutes left. I can't believe how well it has been so far. Dario, unfortunately, 3 laps down at the moment in that Mercedes. He's got to be careful. But I'll tell you what, some of the moves may be looked at in the stewards, but I'll tell you what, it is a bit unfortunate. Clenough is still trying to catch up to Mike, but what is going on? For 2nd place. Oh my goodness, Rich has caught him up. Oh my giddy ants. This is going to be close. Excuse me. But Rich is definitely on course to try and get another 2nd place finish here tonight at Imola for the 2nd race of Season 3 of Thursday Night Race League. It is going to be thereabouts, but looking at Rich now, he's trying to put Adam under pressure. Got a good line out, Tamburino. The Ferrari versus the Bentley. Adam's probably sick of seeing Bentleys because, you know, he's battling with Bentleys in Season 1 with Stefano Marchetto, and also having, and no disrespect to Ash, you know, Ash obviously loved the Bentley last season, but you know, Bentleys are kind of a really bit of an underrated car around here. But I tell you what, fair play. The Bentley is going to be a very quick car, I'm sure. But you know, this is going to be very close. I'll tell you what, if Rich gets another second place, he will be delighted. But so far, at the moment, 11.5 minutes. Adam goes a bit wide yet again. He's got to be careful because he could get pinged for track limits if he's not careful. And he doesn't want to be doing that, especially in the second race of the evening. But I tell you what, fair play to these guys. Clenough is thereabouts. Excuse me. But it looks like Mike's run a bit wide there. Does that allow Clenough to catch him up? Yes, it has. This is another epic battle between Mike and, of course, Clenough. Oh no! Oh, Clenough had the move but went too deep into that corner. Clenough has got to concede, but he's still got that line. He's still got the momentum over the Honda at the moment. This could be unreal. 10.5 minutes just to go. It's going to be very close. Could be a nail biter at 10.5 minutes, but I'll tell you what, fair play to Mike and Clenough. These two, fantastic. They've got to be careful because that could allow Luke to catch them up. But I'll tell you what, Rich is still there on course to try and catch up to Adam. Adam seems to be struggling yet again in that Ferrari. I might be wrong, but I'll tell you what, this is unstoppable. The battle for fifth is also great. 10 minutes left. This has been a fantastic night of racing. Tell you what, 10 minutes left. This could be a nail biter for Mike Bullen to hold on to fifth place from Clenough. And of course Luke's actually catching them up as well. This is absolutely fantastic. I am so proud of these guys tonight. These guys have made me so happy. I've been looking forward to tonight all day today. I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close to see what... Oh, Luke goes a bit wide, so that's lost its momentum. That's because that's now allowed Clenough to try and... But Comma's catching these guys up as well. This is going to be unstoppable. Oh, Mike goes a bit wide. Clenough gets that. Fifth place then. Fair play. Fair play to them. But I tell you what, Mike's not going to give up either. The battle for second is still raging between Adam and, of course, Rich at the moment. This is absolutely unstoppable. This is exactly how things should go. Bart's still there in fourth, but Mike's still trying to push on. Still trying to get Clenough for fifth place again. But Luke's also there. Luke's going to try and make a move into Tamburino. Oh, this is getting close. This is getting seriously. 8.5 minutes to go. This is going to be, as I say, it's going to be close. Adam's won a bit wide again, but you know, fair play. He's trying to catch up to. But is this allowing? Oh, Adam's gone. Adam's gone off. That is allowed Rich to take second. Put commentator's curse on the Ferrari. Oh, this is not what we wanted. But Stefano Marchetto is still leading the race then. Clenough is still holding on for fifth place at the moment. Oh no. There's a bit of an issue between Luke and of course Bullen and of course Comma. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. But it looks like Comma survived that just. But I think Mike's had a bit of an issue. Unless he's decided to give the place to Luke, but Luke's obviously got past him. Comma is trying to get up past Damo. Damo's up into sixth now then, so it looks like, you know, it's quite an interesting battle for the battles, isn't it? But fair play to these guys. These guys have not, you know, it might have been slight contact, but it could be thereabouts, but it's excuse me, but I think Mike's had a bit of an issue with that Honda. He's just dropped back a bit, but Comma has had a bit of an issue. A bit more damage on that Audi, I think. He's lost a bit of ground there. because he's allowed the likes of Luke and of course Bullen to get past him. It's a bit unfortunate, as he's having a bit of a disappointment this evening. But Rich is still there in second place. It's 1.1 seconds from, of course, Adam Foster. Adam Foster though soon trying to catch up. That Ferrari versus the Bentley battle, it's very close, but you know, Stefano Marchetto, he's there in first place. Completely and utterly forgot about this guy, but you know, he's there. Bart still in fourth, then Clenough fifth, then. So I think Clenough is thereabouts. He seems to be very adaptable with 6 minutes to go in that Lamborghini. Will be a career best for Clenough. I'll tell you what, fair play to him, fair play. You know, he's putting that Lamborghini through its paces. Damo in 6th, then Luke in 7th, Mike in 8th, then followed by Comer. And of course Malolvan. Malolvan will be trying to catch up, but I think Comer's had a bit of an issue tonight. I think, you know, he's had incidences there and then. He's not really had the best of nights, as Malolvan gets a bit sideways. But Podiflak in 11th, followed by Yuri, and then of course Dario 2 laps down at the moment. But it's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how well things go. 5 minutes left then of the second race of the evening, and also the second sprint race of the season. So it's going to be thereabouts. But I'll tell you what, Rich has really impressed me tonight. Stefano Marchetto though, obviously season 1 champion, he will be happy taking 2 wins if it stays as it is on home turf. 4.5 minutes left, and this could be a very easy 4.5 minutes for these guys now. Don't want to put the commentator's curse on them just yet, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Clenough is still there in 5th place at the moment. Damo in 6th, then followed by Luke in 7th. Mike's trying to catch him back up by the looks of it, but he's under pressure from Comer at the moment. Comer's trying to get a reprieval from a bit of issues earlier on in the race, but seems to be having a bit of an issue with that Audi at the moment. Malolvan still in top, Podiflak 11th, Yuri 12th, and Dario 2 laps down in 13th at the moment. But it is going to be very careful to see exactly how things pan out. 3.5 minutes, this could be, as I say, it's a very much leisurely drive for some of these guys now. But is it going to be very close? We'll see exactly what's going to happen. But just looking at Bullen there trying to get away from Comer at the moment. Comer's trying to literally catch up, but it's going to be thereabouts. But who knows exactly what's going to happen. But we could be in for a nail-biting 3 minutes left. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Obviously Malolvan trying to catch these guys up as quick as he can, but he's around 5.2 seconds. Podiflak in 11th on his debut, with Yuri also a series debutant, trying to catch him up. Only 1 second between him and of course Podiflak at the moment. But it could be another Honda versus Lamborghini battle. Then you've got obviously Dario 4 laps down, unfortunately, which I don't think Dario is going to be best pleased, but nevertheless he will fight for another day. But fair play to Rich at the moment on his debut in the championship. Seems to have put that Bentley to rights this time, but obviously it's not a close battle than it was between him and Stefano for race number 1, but you know, fair play, 2 seconds will be a very much considerable race for him. Adam trying to push on, trying to get the life out of that Ferrari, trying to literally catch up as best as he can before the race finishes. But 1 minute, a minute and a half left then of the second sprint race. But I'll tell you what, it has been absolutely great stuff, especially with this guy, Clenough, the Dutchman, trying to push that Lamborghini. I'll tell you what, he has adapted really well to the Lamborghini so far tonight. He has had probably a very awesome second race. To get that 5th place this evening seems to be thereabouts. Doesn't want to run too wide, but it will be his career best result to date. Is 5th place for Clenough. Then you've got Damo in 6th. Luke slowly but surely catching them up. So Stefano Marchetto, Commons got past Bullen for 8th place, but so I think Mike's had a bit of damage in that Honda, but fair play, he's not giving up tonight, which is good to see. He's going to be thereabouts. But Stefano Marchetto on to the final lap then to take another double. Poddy Flack in 11th with Yuri 2.5 seconds down at the moment, and Dario 4 laps down, unfortunately. But nevertheless, Stefano Marchetto then will take 2 from 2, I believe. It is going to be very close to see what he can do, but I believe Rich is now 2.5 seconds from Adam Foster. Adam Foster, fair play to him. You know, yet another solid result. It would have been gutted to lose that 2nd place, but nevertheless, you know, fair play to them both. It is going to be very much very close. So Bart in 4th at the moment, but Stefano Marchetto will go on board with Stefano, just going through the latter half of the lap now. He's going to be going down the hill now. He's going to be taking another lights to flag victory, and also most likely a very popular win on home turf. So it has been thereabouts for Stefano Marchetto, taking a pole position in race 1 and then taking another race victory. He will be delighted, takes the checkered flag. So fair play to Stefano Marchetto after a solid result. Solid night of racing. Rich will be happy with 2 seconds, I'm sure. Of course, Adam Foster in, of course, 3rd place. Fair play. He will be hopefully getting the better of that Ferrari as the season goes on. Bart takes a career best in 4th place at the moment. But what about this guy? Yes, that is right, Clenough. Fair play, the Dutchman in the Lamborghini, about to come home and take a career best 5th place in TNRL Sim Racing. Well done, my friend. Absolutely unstoppable. That 5th place is absolutely, couldn't ask for more. Damo in 6th then with Luke 7th. Luke will be very disappointed with that. Comma in 8th, he will be disappointed as well. And Bullen in 9th then, followed by Malolvan in 10th then. It is going to be very close to see exactly what it's going to mean for next week at Kyalami for the hour race in the dark. It looks like Poddy Flack has got overtaken by Yuri on the last lap. It looked like he'd run a bit wide. So Yuri will take 11th from Poddy Flack in 12th, and sadly Dario in 13th. We lost Trevor after a bit of an issue at the start of the race, but I tell you what, guys, it is going to be absolutely unstoppable for Kyalami next week. It is going to be an hour long, and it is going to be very close. I can't wait to see what is going to happen, but who knows how close things are going to go. But I am looking forward to seeing what's going to happen at Kyalami next week when we are there in the dark, and it is going to be thereabouts. But I'll tell you what, fair play to each and every single driver this evening. Yes, there's been a few issues. Yes, it is probably going to be looked at in the stewards room. But I can't wait to see what happens at Kyle Army for round number 2 and race number 3 of season 3 of Thursday Night Race League. Until next week, guys, I've been Hoppers. Take care. Ta-ra.